Okay, so we are going to be doing our brows today as far as our diagramming is concerned. Let's confirm that you have everything on your table that you need. You have your, bless you, you have your packet. Go ahead and turn to these 2 pages right here. That's what we're going to be focusing on today. Okay? You have a ruler. You have a marker, pen, pencil, matte pencils to do your diagramming. You have scissors. You have a glue stick. Don't use the Elmer's glue because it kind of wets the paper. It takes a while to dry and it's more messy. And then you have a magazine. If you don't have your magazines, or if you didn't get to grab one, I can share this in just a second. Okay. All right. So let's start with our diagramming. What we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of theory first. And then I'm going to let you go, and then we're going to cut and paste and diagram on the 5 faces that you have in the back of that journal. Okay? Alright, but just don't get ahead of me just yet. Alright, so yesterday we learned how to do our diagramming, our mapping, with the 0 line, which was down the middle. We had a variety of points to go off of. This is a newer, fancier, microblading type of diagramming. I'm going to take you a step back to old school, old-fashioned, just basic, how first all started, and the most commonly used as a cosmetologist diagram. Okay, so let's take a look at this diagram here. Bring that up a little bit. All right, so at this point, we're not going to go based off of the 0 line. We're going to go based off of the side of the nostril. Praying that our client doesn't have huge nostrils, right? Because then that would be kind of off. Okay, so this is how they used to do. The lines are already here. We're just going to retrace. So line number 1, we're going to go off the side of the nose is how we're going to base our measurements off of. So line up your ruler. Again, the line is already there, so whether a marker, matte pencil, whatever you're going to diagram. That first line, that line is line A. That is the start of the brow, and that is your bulb. That is the round part of the start of the brow. Okay, that's your bulb. Okay. Then you're going to take from that point, you're going to tilt your tool, whether it's your ruler, a spatula, a pencil or something of the sort, or a brush. You're going to tilt it. The client is sitting up nice and straight, head is up, chin is up, their eyes are open, looking nice and straight, and you're going to go to the outside corner of the either pupil or iris. Okay? So that's going to help you find your arch. So let's outline that line. Number 2, that's B, and that is your arch. Then we're going to go here. We're going to tilt your tool just a little bit, and we're going to go from the side of the nose to the underneath of the eye on the outside, and that is going to be, sorry, I'm covering here. That is going to be C, the tail end of your brow. Okay? And the same line that doesn't change from side to side is going to be the bulb A, and your tail is going to be D. Okay? This particular diagram is a little off. The tail is a little bit higher. We're going to forgive that just for diagramming purposes, and just go ahead and diagram it anyway as D, making sure our horizontal line is correct. Okay? So that is your most basic diagramming. Most cosmetologists, makeup artists will go that direction. People that do microblading and all of that and focus on solely brows, like brow specialists, they will go the other route. Okay? Questions on that diagram? Pretty basic. Okay? Alright, let's take a look at the eyebrow diagram towards the top. Now there's 5 basic eyebrow shapes. There's a variation of all of them because we all have different brows. Naturally occurring, or we had an oopsies and went a little tweezer crazy and now our brow didn't grow back and now we have a new shape brow. Okay, so there's different variations, but you can typically bring them all down to these 5. So, a rounded brow. When you look at someone and you're like, oh, that person has a round brow, why does it look round? This particular one, from A to B, okay, and then B to C, it's a very even curve, okay? There's no point at the arch, okay? For your S-shaped brow, when you turn the brow sideways, it looks like an S, okay? Now, there might be brows that are long S-shaped, like you can barely tell it's an S, and some that are really S-shaped. Some brows at the tip will come down, kind of almost hugging the eyebrow into the corner of the eye. Okay, that's also, it's like a wiggly, but it's an S, okay? So that is an S-shaped brow. It will dip between A and B. It'll slightly dip. Then you have your soft angle, which is very similar to your hard angle. So your soft angle, okay, from A to B, B to C, B is soft. It does have an arch, but it's not like crazy out there and kind of, excuse me, I apologize. The masks are great because they hold in your sneeze, but then they hold in your sneeze. It's kind of gross. I apologize. Thank you. So your soft angle is just very smooth, okay? So like I have the soft angle like this, but if I raise my eyebrows, it's like bam, there's my angle, right? You really see the point here. So then the hard angle is really going to have a point. These are what they call the clown brows because they're really, really sharp and really, really pointy. And then when they lift their eyebrows up, they wrinkle their forehead, then it's really pointy. The good thing is that you can correct these by getting rid of that point, except for on some people, when you do that, unfortunately, then you're going to give them a flat brow. Because from A to B, it's flat. There's no arch. There's no curve. And it's just straight across. Sometimes, from B to C, it's slightly straight as well. Which kind of depends. Okay. We've gone over how to correct these things, so we're not going to go over that part. Let's take a look at the next page. Here we have our 5 different types of brows. And I want you to notice that they're the same as the ones on the previous page. There's 2 differences. The soft angle on this diagram is the arched brow on this one. It's the same thing, it's just called something different. The hard angle on the that left diagram is the same, but on the right side it's called the steep arch. So, and the rest are the same. But just know the shape is a shape, they just might be called different things. Okay? Questions on that? You can see it's the same eye that you see here, copy pasted, but if you pay attention, here she looks like she's questioning or she's upset. Okay? Here she looks almost sad, like if you look at just the eye. So the shape of the brow on the person will give them an emotion. So when your client comes in, you want to observe what shape they currently have. And if she's a happy-go-lucky person, but she has a flat brow, and if you can make the adjustment, then make the adjustment to get rid of the flat brow. Sometimes people look really good in the shape that they have, and so just leave it. Don't change it if that's what they like or that's what looks good on them. Okay, so everything is based off of the client's existing structure, the existing brows, and then their current structure. Okay, so yesterday we did that part. Let's go over to the next pages. The next 5 pages or 5 face charts that you have are all different. You have a face chart of a girl that has no brows. You have one that has a bald head, no brows, no lashes. You have another one that has only the eyeball and the nostril. You have the next one that has one eye and open and one eye closed. And then the 5th one, she's got it all and she's putting makeup on. 5 different faces to find 5 different brow shapes. So, I'll show you how you're going to do. You don't have to go in any particular order. I'm going to start with this one. You're going to get your magazine and you're going to find a brow. It doesn't matter if it's a tiny brow like that or if it's a big brow like that. It does not matter. what I want you to do is I want you to try to find, and I already tagged mine, I want you to try to find a brow of each shape. So then, I hate making my magazines on gray, so I always tear the page out, but I'm going to take the brow, and I'm going to cut my brow out, cut my bulb, then I'm going to cut my A to B, B to C, and I kind of cut it off here accidentally, but that's okay. Alright, so then here's my brow, okay? Let me take this off because it kind of accents her, that steep part. So this is a soft arch, okay? So we are going to take this and we're going to put our glue on our cutout, and then we're going to paste our brow like so. Granted, this is really big, or your brow might be really small. That's okay, it doesn't matter. But what I want you to do is I want you to redraw. I want you to draw that same brow on the other side, but within her shape. So if this is a soft arch, then we're going to come in from the side nostril. We're going to come up, we're going to diagram, we're going to go over to the middle of the eye to find that arch point, and then we're going to go and find that tail end of the brow using the 1, 2, 3 method that we learned today, not the 0 point yesterday. That's more complicated. And then we want to make sure that it's horizontal straight across. So mark your lines first. Okay? Once you mark your lines, then I want you to draw that brow. Okay? You're going to come in and you're going to start, whether you do the same pencil or not, you're going to start from A to B, and then B to C. You can give me just one line, that's fine, so that you don't run out of time. Just give me a line. If you have time at the end, because it's due by the time the bell rings, if you have time at the end, then I would like for you to come in, and then I want you to come in and actually like shade in and do the actual brow hairs. Yeah? Questions? Okay, let's review. You're going to look through your magazine. You're going to find 5 different shapes of brows. You're going to glue them one on each of the 5 head sheets. You're going to do your diagram, and you're going to draw out the matching brow. If the brow is teeny tiny, it's okay. Just draw it normal when you're drawing it out on the face. The face charts are all different sizes, so they'll all be a different diagram. Okay? Alright, that's what I have for you. Let's do it at the end of class.